the stream. Okay. Hey everyone, this is episode 340. This is the raw version of the show. With any blunders and so on, we will edit it for podcasting and put that out separately, but this is just the raw version, and it's going to be co-host Dr. Swotor, of course. Fiona is going to be the guild rep this week, and Swtorista is our guest, and she's going to have, she's going to have a nice big announcement to do. So we should have this. Good. Okay, it looks like the stream's going, and we just need a minute to make sure everyone's ready to go. But just wanted to get things up and running, and this way I can also tweet it out.
So how's everyone doing in the chat room today? What are you looking forward to in SWTOR soon? Right now I'm kind of looking forward for the lag patch that keeps getting pushed back.
Yeah, that's going to be in the news.
I've got like some other cool stuff planned, but it was supposed to come out with the big PvP update, but I'm like, I don't want to put any contests up when people have trouble even playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, was it? Oh, I guess we're talking about it later. I don't know a lot about it.
We'll go
following
it properly.
Not a PvPer, so don't know.
Yeah, same here. I just know about it from reading the patch notes and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
That first night, I couldn't even change my gear. It was
that was rough. Because that was when we were trying to run. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember which op, but I was trying to switch from Lightning Spec to Corruption so that I could heal, and I was in my stronghold. I need to remember to say all of this during the actual episode. That's actually,
exactly.
That's actually the best story I have.
Okay, is everyone ready?
Yes.
Okay, is everyone's Audacity rolling?
Indeed.
Yes.
Okay. I still hear like a weird noise.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was your fan, but if you're hearing it, it's not you, huh?
Yeah, no, my fan's off right now. It's like.
I'm wondering if it's maybe because of what I'm seeing on the.
Yeah, you must have something causing some noise, Fee. Can you mute your microphone when you're not talking then?
I don't really know how to do that. I would love to, if someone can tell me
There
how.
should be different ways. Let's see. Can you do it within...
So everyone who's just getting in now, we're just
the easiest way is
our technical stuff.
Are you using Windows, Fee?
Yeah.
Then you bring up sound in Windows.
Sound.
It's under Control Panel, or you can search for it. It should come up. And then you go to the second tab, Recording.
Okay.
Pick your microphone, click on it.
Uh-huh.
The tab Levels, and it'll show you what level it's at, and also there's a little box with a little speaker symbol on it, and that will mute it.
Okay, so I need to make everything small.
Oh my god, the train, sorry.
I love that train.
I'll see if I can set up my push to talk to while we're waiting.
Yeah, push to talk would work too, but I don't know how to set that up real fast. So.
Was it better? I'm going to mute myself. 1, 2, 3 now.
Yes.
Yeah, utter silence.
It's definitely on your. It's definitely something on your side. It's all good though, as long as as long as we can hear you fine when you're talking.
We'll clean it up in post.
I will totally forget to hit the thing, and I'll be chattering, and nobody will be able to hear me. It's going to be awesome. This is why we have editing.
All right, we good to go then?
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Excellent. Going in 5. Hi, and welcome to the OotiniCast, the podcast that has you now. This is episode 340 being recorded on Thursday, August 16th, 2018. I'm your host, Chill, with my co-host, Dr. Swotor. Hey, Dr. Swotor.
Hey everyone.
Hey, and this week we've got Fee as the guild emissary. Hey Fee, how's it going?
Hello. Everything's good. How are you?
Fine. And just for the record, she does have some microphone noises going on, which she's working on. So, and our special guest is Swtorista. Hey Swtorista.
Hey there.
And later on, you're going to have an announcement for us, right?
Absolutely. Something very interesting, and I hope you guys will enjoy.
Excellent. And what have you been up to in game, and what's been going on just in general?
Well, in Star Wars The Old Republic news for me, I have actually had a very interesting event happen in real life. Me and my husband have been looking to purchase and adopt a turtle. No, a tortoise, rather.
Okay.
A few days ago, I told him about the Speedy the tortoise in the Stronghold, and he thought it was quite cool to have a turtle in the Stronghold. But by the time we went to go buy this tortoise, he'd forgotten about it. When asking what name we should choose, of course, I said, Speedy, hoping he would remember it and think of it as a joke, but it stuck. So now we have a tortoise, and his name is Speedy.
Nice. What breed?
He
What
is
type?
a leopard tortoise. He's going to get somewhere between 20 to 30 pounds, I think, and he'll
Wow.
get about 10 to 12 inches, hopefully not too much bigger than that.
Wow. And do you keep him inside all the time?
Yeah, no, we built him a nice little pen enclosure so he can be safe and sound outside.
Oh, okay. How how cold can it be for them and still be okay?
He that type of tortoise really likes the warm weather. He's from Africa originally, and so down in California, it's the perfect hot, warm weather for him.
Cool. So if it ever gets really unseasonably cold, you might
Yeah,
bring him
we
into
might
the
bring him
garage or
inside and
something.
Give him a little
Yeah.
hot chocolate. So
So now he's
hopefully,
Speedy,
all
huh?
I'm hoping is that nobody brings any rackles near him.
That's
That's
right.
all I can pray for. Now, in game, I have not actually done the horrible Speedy achievement. I'm very proud. I'm not touching that poor little guy, but I have been collecting something very cool. I've been trying to get all the schematics for the crafted outfits that don't come directly from the trainers. So if you're a synth weaver or an armor mech, there's lots of schematics you can get very easily, and there's an unlimited supply. And anybody can get them as long as they have the right crafting skill. But on top of that, there are these random schematics that are in the light, medium, heavy categories that
Yeah.
mostly SOTOR doesn't even use anymore. And I'm trying to get all of them so I can eventually show them off.
Wow. That's a lot of credits too.
Yeah, no, it's actually been fairly cheap. It's just been hard to find the actual schematics or someone who can craft them. In my guild, though, I've also been doing something pretty fun. We made a recruitment video probably about 4 years ago, really long time before I'd even started YouTube videos that I helped them make. And my guild leader said, hey, you want to help make an updated one? Because the level cap has gone way up since we made that original one. So we hopped over to the Imperial side. We gathered around the Imperial throne for our commander, and we also went and fought, what's his name? The big snow cat on Hoth.
Oh, right. I don't remember his name either, but yes, I know the one you're talking about.
So it was really fun to go do some content that I haven't seen in a while. He has some very cool effects that happen when you fight him, and that's exactly why we chose him for some beautiful looking video footage.
Yeah, I know you're saying it's Snowblind.
Snowblind, there we go. That's the one.
There we go. Chat comes through again.
Good job, chat.
All right, and so and then we'll look forward to hearing more during the Sarlacc Digest later on when you do your announcement.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I heard that Fiona has been doing some special stuff on Fridays as well.
Yes, and speaking of, Fee, how's your week been, and what's been going on in the guild?
Hello. This week's been good. The last couple weeks have been fun. Mostly been doing Jar Jar Joyrides Friday nights, and Wednesday nights we were getting our progression group settled in. So that's fun. This last Friday we had a long time Utini guild member join us, Han So Hai. It was really cool because we were like, oh, he's been a member forever, like before us even. So of course he knows what he's doing. And he was like, no, this is my first op. So it was really cool. And he did great. So that was
Excellent.
very fun. So guys, you can all join us, even if you've never done an op. We can get you to learn them. It's fun. So yeah, that was cool. The progression group, we attempted. Was it progression or was it Jar Jar? We attempted Temple of Sacrifice a couple weeks ago.
Hmm.
And
that started out Jar Jar Joyride, Fiona.
Okay. So, well, all right. Never mind about we have been doing progression group on Wednesdays. It's been fun. But I'm sure that Doc's going to talk more about that. But we had to finish. We like were pulling our hair out trying to get through Underlurker, like literally. Oh my gosh. Anyway, and so we decided to do a mop-up run the next day or the day after or something. Shouting out, and we couldn't find anyone, so Deck went to Fleet and shouted out. We got this guy, and we're like, whatever. And he's like, hey, do you guys have a Discord? And he joins Discord, and it was TC Thief. And me and Deck like looked over our computers at each other. We were like, oh my gosh, is this real? And I seriously was fangirling out a little, like a lot, not a little. And he's someone who is in Hates You. He's got a channel on whatever
Twitch.
we're on right now. Twitch, thank you.
Yeah.
With a bajillion followers. And he
8,000.
was doing Nightmare Raids, and was previously in Germany, I guess, running stuff. And so somehow we've been following him Twitch for a while. So I knew who he was, and he pops into our Discord, and we were both just like, oh my gosh. But it was pretty cool. So then I think Doc and Deck, both of them reached out to him to see, and he may be on the podcast coming up. Is that correct?
Yes, we're working on that. We haven't quite got it settled. He was not available this week,
Okay.
but we are looking for the next episode, which should be the 30th.
Well, I'm looking forward to listening into that one.
Yeah, so it was crazy, and he was a super nice guy, and I kind of expected him. You know, he's a Nightmare Raider, and I was all nervous. I'm like, I can't even heal anymore. I'm terrible at this game. You know, I was just like in my head freaking out. Honestly, I really was. But it was fun, and he was super nice, and it was awesome. It was really good SWTOR experience with someone else who has played for a long time and is really good for the game and loves the game still. So, and it was actually his first time back in an op in like 4 months, and he joins our random TOS finishing up thing. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
So yeah, so that was fun. I got a Rishi Stronghold as a present.
Aww.
So that was fun.
From anyone we know?
Oh, maybe. Might be Guildmaster, I'm not sure. But yeah, so I've been fiddling around with that, and I hear there are some achievements, and I haven't gotten any, and I don't want anyone to tell me. So I don't know if I'll ever get them because I don't want anyone to tell me.
That doesn't make it hard.
It does. But yeah, so that's been fun because it is absolutely beautiful. Really beautiful. So very cool to see that. And as far as guild goes, Friday night, that's tomorrow, we're going to be running Eternity Vaults, like all night, as many as people will do, I suppose. Probably two,
Okay.
to be realistic. But we just want to get people a bunch of CXP, because double CXP is going to be in it.
Double CXP!
Nice.
Yeah, so we're going to run through that, get everyone some CXP, have some fun conversation, and if you've never run an op, it's perfect because it's the first one. So.
Right.
So you guys have got all the way till the 19th to enjoy that double CXP, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, yep. And
Through
we
the
are
weekend, basically.
we're actually leaving, so we won't be here. But you guys can keep doing it. We're going on vacation. We will be out of contact. That's pretty exciting. So that's it. Yeah, if you're on Satil Shan server, /C join Utini and tell us on Friday night, 7:30 Central is when we run the Jar Jar. And if we have space for you, we would love to have you join us. And it'd be cool to get 16 mans going. So
Absolutely.
always ask.
The Utini channel is good for like both people who want to join the guild, but also just people who want to communicate with people who are in the guild. So that sounds excellent. Thanks, Fee. And Dr. SWTOR, what have you been up to in game and what's going on?
Well, I've been continuing my quest to get my new main on the Satil Shan server up to task. So I'm playing the role of healer on our Wednesday night team.
When you're able to switch, at least.
Well, I've been mostly on the Satil Shan server. I have one raid group that I'm still a part of with Marcus from Working Class Nerds in AIE, and that runs on Sundays. So I still have those Sorcerer tunes that are not dusty yet, but I have my Sorcerer that is the older, aged version of my main from launch, and I'm really just enjoying the angry, grumpy, I've been doing this for 6 years version of that character, and getting to revisit choices. And I had the choice where you get reunited with Ashara and you're looking at her face and you have those conversation choices, and it's like, but I've been with Lana for 6 days. Well, I mean, years ago, it was years ago, but since I'm doing this tune so fast, I've literally been missing Ashara for less than a week. It's still so agonizing to make that choice. It feels so final. Why can't we just have a polygamous thing going on? I don't know. So I stayed with Ashara on both servers. Yeah, you didn't see that coming, did you? Okay, so I picked Ashara again. Lana gave me the sad, we don't need to talk about this talk, which is ironic. And in our raid news, we are still looking for one person to commit to every Wednesday. So if you are that person who's been the one person the last several weeks but haven't committed, shame on you, and talk to me or Dekion and change your mind. Or if you're listening to the episode and you think I'm cool and Fiona's cool and playing with people like that would be cool, then reach out to me and we'll see if it'll work, if the schedules align, and if you have a good attitude, then we'd love to have a person ready to jump in with us. We're almost ready to start doing hard mode raids. I can feel it. The average gear rating is getting close. So, I'm getting tier 4 crates now, Chill, on that too. Yeah, so I got a belt last night, the gold one, the 248, so that's always exciting. So in about 3,000 more boxes, I'll probably get another piece of gear. And I created a spreadsheet this morning that keeps track of how many unassembled components I need to get if I want to do this manually. And that spreadsheet tells me I need somewhere around 6,700 more.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot of unassembled components.
It's a lot.
Right, but so I did a PvP match, first one with that tune, and first one on the Seal Sean server, and we lost 0-6 in Hutball. It was wonderful. I think I was the only person on my team who understood how Hutball works. Right. It was really sad. I definitely got killed 5-on-1 a few times during that match. But it happens. Some people just like to hit things with light sticks and not get touchdowns. So that's it for me.
All right. Let me do a shout out to the chat room. Agent Iron Spider's here. Ducky's here. Banananan is here. Commander Root. Digrin. Dekion is here. Dr. Swotor is here. Dublin Matter. Han So High is here. Kidley. Liba's here. Liba Roja. Medulla. Pen is here. Pendracos. Sapphire 31. Siskaika. Slow Cool. Swtorista is here as well. VNK. Virgo Pros. And Marcus is here as Working Class Nerds 17. Because the other 16 were taken? I don't know. But anyway, I got the Rishi Stronghold as well. I got all the parts open, and I really had to go to all my alts and drag out all the credits I could. It's very expensive.
Yeah, that is not a cheap stronghold. Definitely meant to be a bit of a credit sink for those veterans who have too many credits lying around.
Yeah, absolutely. It was... I kept thinking, oh, I've got enough now, and then I ended up having to go to even older characters, and oh, it's like, thank goodness this character actually has a couple mil on them. Woo, score.
That's kind of what I was hoping the legacy bank would be when it introduced credits, but it's still handy, just not as handy as it could be.
Exactly. It's like, so I had to basically, and of course I did drain the legacy bank right away, but I just had to go to all these old characters and drag and just suck them out, completely drain their credits pretty much. I always keep a few in just because you never know, like if you need to do something on them, and and then it turns out you can't send mail, or whatever, because you went to drag them down to 0. But I did get it all open. It's very cool. I've kind of teased with doing I did look ahead and see what the special like hidden things were. And I kind of like looked to start to do them, but I didn't actually do them yet. But they look cool, and the ship up above is really amazing with all the PvP area and everything, and the
they
gun
really
that
went all
shoots
out in designing this one. I was very excited to see the changes that they made as they were working on it on the public test server. A lot of the things that made it into the final version were direct suggestions from other players that had tested it.
That's cool. Do you have an example?
Yeah, for example, one of the ones I remember off the top of my head is the sands on the Rishi beach used to be black, which is the lore appropriate sand color for Rishi, just the way that it is on that planet. And they changed it to white because more players wanted a kind of luxury beach feel. Another thing that was added was there's a little bridge right when you load into it that goes off to the right that heads to the beach. That bridge wasn't there before. You kept having to run through the PvP area to get to the beach.
Okay,
that
nice.
cool little droid that you can use to watch PvP matches. I don't know if it was something they were secretly working on before they announced it, but a lot of players were saying, I really wish there was some way to better watch the matches as they happen.
Right.
And they added that partway through testing.
Yeah, because the official like viewing areas are like through ray screens and stuff like that, and you can be pretty far away, especially in the one on the ship that's up ahead because it's up above because it's so big.
One of my favorite silly little changes that I liked was they removed a lot of the garbage piles. Players really were not a fan of the heaps of garbage because it was meant to be kind of a shanty town, a pirate town, not a luxury beach resort. So they cleaned it up just a little bit.
That's really cool.
Nice.
I'm glad to hear that they actually
It's
the people in the PTS. That's cool. I love it.
It was quite surprising. I don't think they've ever reacted to player feedback in a way like this before. It was literally weekly iterations of changes versus players just kind of hoping maybe they'd change stuff and never really happens. This was apparently specifically baked into their scheduling that I'm assuming all or most of the team would be working on those PTS changes for the next 3 weeks or so.
Right.
Wow, good for them. I guess it takes people talking as well. I mean, people can talk to each other, but if you don't talk to the people who can make a change.
Yeah, there was pages and pages of feedback on the public test forum, so good on you, everybody who took some time to download that billion megabytes of download and actually take the time to test it and give feedback. It's definitely appreciated by everyone who goes to play it in the end.
Nice. Yeah. Anyway, so I haven't decorated it yet, but I will probably I like it at least as well as the Nar Shaddaa one that I have as my main, simply because the Nar Shaddaa is so nice because there's so many hooks right where you come in, and I just have everything set up, as a bank essentially. I guess I can do that on Rishi because there's a fair number of hooks on that little platform where you land, so that's pretty cool. I might make Rishi my main stronghold, but I haven't done that yet. So yeah, excellent stronghold. I worked on Kotfi on Chill Strike. Actually, I just finished it, so now I'm on to Kotet. I've been having some lag spike issues. There's some that's related to the stronghold, and we'll talk about that later in the news. But some is just kind of happening, so I'm not sure what that was. It seems to be a little bit better today, so I'm hoping that it's just something weird on my end, and rather than the game itself. But anyway, it's it was nice to have a game session today that was very smooth and not laggy and with the ping not going up and down all the time. So that was good. Hopefully, like I say, it was on my end. But let's see. As far as the tip of the week, there were no tips of the week sent in this time. But if you have one, please send your tips to OotiniCast@gmail.com before the next show for a chance to win a Tonfon or M83 Droid pet code, courtesy of BioWare, and an OotiniCast provided cartel market back from the latest shipment. And however, we did get a message back from Phlox, who won last time, and he sent a little email, a little picture of what he got from the pack, and he actually got the Krakya handler license. So he has a new companion, new critter companion. Yeah, so those are really nice. I mean, I worked really hard to get the Act Dog, but the Krakyas are nice. You see those on Yavin 4 and stuff like that. The pronunciation is my own. Liba and I pronounce it that way, and we just pretend they're like the Swedish. We call them the Swedish cats sometimes, just because of the way we pronounce it. I have no idea what's actually intended, but yeah. So anyway, so congratulations to Phlox. And like I say, if you have any tips, OotiniCast@gmail.com before the next show. And that'll bring us to the Holo feed, and we've got not a ton of news, but some news. Mostly related to the game and a little bit of Star Wars news as well. The Lana marriage bug fix mission I thought that was just sort of interesting to read. If you did the marriage to Lana fairly early, then this bug might affect you. If you haven't on a character, then it will not, because it's already been fixed for people, you know. But they haven't been able to go back and fix it. So one of the bizarre quirks of the tools, Eric Musco writes, is that the tools cause the variable to not be set permanently. In other words, you did the marriage to Lana, but then it did not become permanent, and so it could go away. So that was bad. So that's fixed, but it still remains an issue for those players whose characters are in a romance with Lana and have already completed the solo story mode of the Anathema Conspiracy, what I sometimes call the Traitors Trilogy.
I love that name. I always call it the Traitors Arc, but I love the Traitors Trilogy.
Thanks. Yeah, the alliteration always helps, right? So Eric says, we've implemented a solution to correct the issue for those players in update 5.9.2. When the servers come back up with the new update, a brief new mission will appear automatically on all characters who meet the following criteria. They're in a romance with Lana, they've completed the solo story mode of Anathema Conspiracy, and are not currently on the mission Things Left Unsaid. In other words, not currently breaking up with Lana to begin or resume a different romance.
Oh, not me.
Right, and this new mission, called An Error in Alliance Records, which is funny, will send you to the droid H1R1 on Odessen, who will ask you a series of questions to correct some issues in his corrupted Alliance personnel files. Please be sure to answer his question about your relationship with Lana honestly, as it's going to be remembered permanently this time. In other words, it was supposed to be permanent, but the fact that it wasn't doesn't mean that this one is not. This one is intended to be permanent the way it was originally.
Chill.
So Eric, in fact, says, you may wonder if it's possible to tell a droid that you didn't agree to marry Lana when you actually did, or vice versa. And the answer is yes, that is possible. This is your one chance to change your mind, consequence-free, but be sure that it's really what you want to do. As I said, your answer will be permanently recorded. And then he does a nice little apology for players impacted by the issue.
I'm really happy they addressed that. It was such a long-standing bug, and although Lana is simply just pixels on the screen in the end, people get a real attachment to their companions, especially in this game, because they're they're lifelike. They talk to you, they respond to you, they listen to you, and you talk to them, especially during stressful times during the story, especially Lana. She's there for you for the last 2 expansions. Oh no, three in the previews too. So if you've been flirting or enjoying your relationship with Lana, you've been with her probably quite a while.
That's right. Yeah. He could be flirting with her back on Rishi.
I have to stress how amazing it is that we have to report our relationship to HR.
Yes.
I can't get over how
awesome.
Great that droid is. And oh my gosh. Good job, Eric, or whoever gave you that to type. That made my day.
All right, and let's see. There's several posts by Eric on punishment on PvP win trading, because there was the end of ranked PvP Season 9. So that was excellent. Season 10 has in fact started. And basically, it's more of what you've heard before, you know, where including your first offense, there can be suspension time up to 7 days. Every character on the account will have their group and solo rating set to 1. Depending on severity, further action can occur, such as zeroing out ranked currency or permanent account closure. So, yeah. So, if you see win trading, report it, and definitely not something you want to do. All right, and to do lag in strongholds, and especially on Rishi, there's several posts on this, so basically I'm just going to bottom line it. They've been working on it, and apparently the lag has to do with the new line of sight especially on the Rishi stronghold, although I was experiencing pretty heavy lag on Nar Shaddaa as well. But anyway, the fix involves like going through all the things that can do line of sight. In other words, basically all the decorations. So pretty intensive and extensive process, and they have been pushing hard on it, but they've had to put it back a couple times, and it's now looks like it's going to be for next Tuesday.
So if you've been experiencing any lag, you are not alone. It's especially severe. It's not just your internet or something broken in your game files. Most players have been reporting lag in their strongholds, as Chill said, not just the Rishi one, and especially lag when it comes to posting in chat or interacting with any type of windows like your inventory, your cargo hold, stuff like that could take up to 5 minutes to open, as some of my guildmates reported. Dr. Sotor, where were you having some especially bad lag?
We had a raid night, and when I'm playing alone, I'm always lightning spec as a sorcerer, and when I play raids, I'm a healer. So I just had to switch it, and I love to time. I love to time myself. I was like, "Hey, Fee, start the timer," and then it's like 45 seconds. Yes, and you know that's gear getting the moves where they need to go and the abilities, and I like to have fun with that. You know, you have to make it fun if you're going to do something that mundane 3 or 4 times a day. So this particular time, I spawned in, I logged in, I'm in my Nar Shaddaa stronghold, and so you hit K and you abandon, and it seemed okay, and then I selected, and then when it came to clicking the ability points, it was not doing anything. So I was like, okay. So eventually I got my ability points for all 4 tiers. And then it went to, just switching gear. So switching from my DPS set to heals. It took about 15 minutes. We had my wife was patching. She's also part of the raid team. So it wasn't holding the group back yet, but it was really annoying. And so I went to Fleet, and it was a pretty well-populated fleet, so you wouldn't think that it would instantly get better, but it went back to me just being able to slide things all over the place. So yeah, my Nar Shaddaa stronghold was toxic that night. It was so just go somewhere else. Go to a heroic on a planet. Just get out of the strongholds. And
so if you've been experiencing no lag, there's a chance maybe you were checking stuff out in your stronghold, or you were similar to my case. I actually play on 2 different computers. One is my mega supercomputer where I record videos and operations and do all the good stuff on it. My other one is a laptop that I actually play on a moving train. So as you might guess, my internet connection is a little lower than one might want to use to play an MMO, but it works, it's fine, just there's a delay pretty constantly. And even in my stronghold, I had very little issues. It had only as much low connectivity as it normally had. So it really has to do something to do with your computer talking to the servers, and somewhere along the way that got really, really cranky.
Right.
And
I wasn't having any problems.
You take for granted all the windows that we actually use because we're so focused on the pixels of our character with the weapon and the blasters and the explosions. And actually a lot of what we do has something to do with menus. So if that goes bad, it's not a good experience. So
right.
Just go somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. So one of the things that Eric mentioned, and Medulla in chat has also has pointed out, is that in order to sort of help fix the lag, they've sort of turned off a lot of the line of sight for now. That is sort of a temporary workaround until the fix patch comes out. Hopefully, it's been like I say, it's been pushed out a couple times. Should come out on Tuesday. He also had some another list of patch notes for the patch, some of which were kind of fun. The Novarco scoreboard is going to be fixed, which is good because I've actually experienced that where it's like, what's going on with the score? It made it really hard to tell where you were in the match. And let's see, wins and losses are now properly tracked after all ranked matches. So this was actually fixed back on August 7th. And something that's affected both myself and I think Liba did this in the last couple of weeks, which is profit and plunder. If you do chapter 13, which is the the heist one with where you get Vet and Galt back. Dretcher is the guy that Galt kidnapped, and his droids have been bugging out. And I was able to actually complete it and continue. It was really annoying, but they were like bugging out. But I was able to get through that chapter. Liba, I believe, was not able to actually get through that chapter, so that will be a good fix as well. And then using various quick travel abilities will no longer randomly kill players. You gotta love stuff like that.
This is not related, but there was a chapter I was playing where every time I walked through a door, Theron died. So, just that whole quick travel thing kind of tripped a memory. So, I think it's the chapter where you invade the dinner party.
He just didn't have an invitation, that's all.
Yeah, he died about 29 times because I got lost. I do terrible at that chapter. So, if there's extra time to sneak something into a patch, maybe the instant Theron deaths can go away someday.
Okay. All right. And let's see, there's one bit of regular Star Wars news as well. I actually didn't get this for the headline, which is Star Wars canceled spin-off would have reportedly gone to Tatooine. Because frankly, I mean, there's some other movies that we know have recently been canceled and, whatever. And it seems like every Star Wars movie pretty much deals with Tatooine anyway.
What kind of information is that? There was going to be a movie. Tatooine was going to be involved. It's so meaningful and meaningless at the same time.
Exactly. What I'm kind of more interested in is it kind of has a nice sort of mini rundown as to like what else is actually going on. They didn't provide any details on the possible Kenobi movie. Let's see, they're still in development on a Boba Fett solo movie, despite the what Solo did at the box office, and then the other projects currently in the works are a new trilogy from Rian Johnson, Last Jedi director, a new series of films from Game of Thrones showrunners David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, and a new live-action TV series, which is kind of cool, live action. So TV series. So that's new from Iron Man director Jon Favreau, and then of course we also have the finishing up of the Clone Wars. So that'll be cool too.
I'm so excited for that.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how Jon Favreau does for the live action TV series too.
That one is said to be about 8 or so years after Return of the Jedi, from what I've been reading. So
cool. Okay.
Maybe some precursor to Empire dying, First Order hiding. Kind of, I don't know. It can be whatever they want it to be, but it could be some connective tissue between 7 and 6.
Right. And the thing about TV is, because Star Wars is set in this universe that sort of, if you're going to film it live action, requires so much special effects, the TV series have been animated, because with animation, the special effects are just part of the process anyway. So you had the droids and the Ewoks back in the day, and then you had more modern, you had the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. So it's kind of cool that things have progressed enough that they feel comfortable doing the live action TV series. Now, of course, Star Trek has been doing pretty heavy special effects live action TV series for some time, but I'm excited to see what they are able to do with Star Wars. All right. And that will bring us to the Sarlacc Digest, where we go over the issues for 1,000 years, or until we run out of time. And we've got Swtorista here to give an exciting announcement about a new project she has.
I am extremely excited to share this. This will be the first time it's mentioned publicly. So there is a convention called Star Wars Celebration. It's supposed to happen roughly every year, and it's a celebration of all things Star Wars, whether they're in the era of the Old Republic or from the brand new movies. And it's a huge convention, tons of panels, tons of famous people in the Star Wars universe show up, obviously tons and tons of fans. I believe there was something like 70,000 different fans attended the last one. In 2018, there was no celebration. The year was skipped. So the next one is going to be April 11th through 15, 2019 in Chicago. since the last celebration occurred, a lot more members of the Star Wars The Old Republic community who make content have really started talking to each other. For example, I now know everyone who podcasts. Many of the podcasters have had a chance to better meet each other. I've gotten a chance to talk to different video makers, different bloggers, different writers, and even a few streamers. And we're a lot closer than we were when the first celebration ran around. And so since I've had this chance to meet so many different people that I've never met before, I thought it might be a really cool chance to try and bring some of what we do here online and what you guys do in game to the celebration. Obviously, many fans of Star Wars have probably checked out Star Wars The Old Republic, maybe when it launched, or maybe some people have never even heard of it. And of course, some people who love Star Wars also love the game we love. So I was thinking that we could apply for a fan table or booth. It's really cool. You make an application and then you could potentially get a free booth for your club to promote it, to share whatever you want to share about it, to talk to people who are also into that hobby or interest. So for ours, it would be Star Wars The Old Republic. So I started getting together with many of the other communities online that focus on SWTOR. There's obviously, as I mentioned, everyone who does all the videos, podcasts, stuff like that, and a lot of them have joined up to help with this. And I've also talked to some of the larger communities, including the SWTOR Reddit, the largest SWTOR Discord, the SWTOR family on Twitter by Madmar, and of course one of the bigger SWTOR Facebook groups called the SWTOR Players Club, and all of them have agreed to join this kind of mega group, and we will be applying for a fan booth together. I'm also hoping to help showcase different guilds that are active during that time. So if you have a guild and are looking for more players, I'll probably be getting a hold of you closer to Celebration, especially places like OotiniCast, AIE, stuff like that. And if you want to see this project, who's already working on it, who's a part of it, what's going on with it, you can visit swtorfancommunity.com, and that's everything I have so far. You can even see the application. So wish us luck with that. We're going to be applying for it in the next couple days, and we'll hear about it sometime midway through September, I think.
That is very cool.
It's so exciting. I'm so excited about this.
I've never, you see, you hear about the conventions, you even go to the conventions, but I never think, I could actually have a table and go there and do something like special with it, as opposed to just walking around.
Actually started somewhere kind of silly. I was reading, I put ads on my YouTube, and it helps pay for all the kinds of stuff I need to buy for my computer, the different kind of website stuff I need to pay for, stuff like that. And I was reading about taxes, and taxes said, if you go to a convention related to your area of business, you can use it as a tax write-off. And I was like, hey, I could go to, what can I go to that's Star Wars? I was originally trying to find like some cantina somewhere like in New York that I have to buy a ticket. And then Star Wars Celebration came up, and I was really excited about it. And I was looking through everything in past years, and I saw there's obviously not a lot of focus on this game, because the huge focus for most fans is just the movies. And I was thinking about, obviously, everybody that I've met online, from you guys to people in my guild to people that I've met only through chat and stuff like that. And there's so many cool and interesting things going on in our game, and I just figured, why not share it?
That is cool. Do you have to have like a full 5-day pass if you're doing a fan table?
So here's the deal. The rule for the fan table, apart from having your application accepted, is that we need one person at the table at all times. So I've approached quite a few people in the community, mainly people that I know aren't crazy. All of you lovely listeners out there, I'm sure you would love to volunteer, but I've never met you. So they give you 4 free passes, so I'm hoping to somehow ration those out to everyone, so everyone can get a chance at the table, and we can put up a schedule. So let's say Chill is at the table, he can write down what time he's there, so someone who likes OotiniCast can come say back hi. But unfortunately, Chill, I don't think we'll be making it, correct?
Right, no, unfortunately, with where it is and when it is, and yeah, it's not going to work for me this time around. It's just too bad. It was really fun to go to Orlando.
But if you do want to chat with someone on the show, Fiona will absolutely be there.
Yes,
Yay.
Indeed. It's so close. Yeah, I'm really excited about this, and I'm really excited to be a part of something like this, because we had a mini version of that at Celebration in Florida. So we had an OotiniCast that we did live, and I got to meet a bunch of people. That's where we met Dr. Swtorista. That's where I met Jill.
Ah, perfect.
Yeah.
That's
Met
exactly
Tio.
what I
You
wanna
know,
do
it
right
was
here.
really cool. So I'm super double extra excited about this.
So if
Yeah,
you
it's gonna be
happen to be
fun.
going to Star Wars Celebration, obviously I don't know if we'll be accepted yet or not, but if we do, come see us in the fan booth area. And even if that doesn't pan out, I'm about 90% sure Star Wars The Old Republic will be hosting an actual Cantina event, official event that fans can go to. In past years, it's been in an outside location nearby in Chicago, and you didn't have to even have a ticket to Star Wars Celebration, which is currently very close to sold out. So if you want tickets to that, get them now. And it might be in the building, but we don't really know until they post news about it. We don't even know
Right.
officially if it's happening or not yet.
Exactly. Yeah, there's strong speculation, and it probably will happen, but it's not guaranteed, and they won't give information on where it's going to be until they're sure, until they've really locked it down. Because there's been issues before.
Oh, yes, there have. Like they've
Las
canceled
Vegas.
Cantina. Yeah, exactly.
Whoa,
But
whoa,
that
wait,
was
what
one of the most fun shows, though, to
It
watch.
was. It was. It was fun to do too. All right. Was there anything else about that, Swtorista?
No, that is it. That is all, and I'm excited about it. That's about it.
Awesome. Yeah. So, SWTOR fan community, it will keep us up to date on that, and I'm sure you'll probably have like stuff on your YouTube channel and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Cool. Excellent. All right, then. That's a show. If you'd like to play with us in the Utini Knights Guild on the Republic side of the Satele Shan server, or in our Guild on the Empire side, do a /c join Utini to join the Utini channel. Then let us know you're a fan of the show. You can email questions and comments about the show to utinicast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter using @utinicast. You can find contact details for all of us on our website, utinicast.com, which includes how to subscribe to us using iTunes, Stitcher, and the rest. We record the show live bi-weekly on Thursdays, usually at 6 p.m. Pacific. Go to utinicast.com/live to find out how to join in. Our theme song is Doomsday by Jean-Paul Zogby. And thank you to the chat room, and thank you, Fee, and thank you, Swtorista.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah, thank you. It was fun.
And we'll see you next week. All right. Thanks for watching, folks. We're gonna so we're gonna head out here 2 weeks from now. Like it was mentioned earlier, hope to have TC Thief on. He is out on patrol. You know, he has a very demanding job where he's not in town all the time. And so we'll try to have him on the next show, and Fee and Deck were not exaggerating, or Fee wasn't exaggerating when they said that they were fanning out about him big time. So so we'll see you next time. I'm going to go ahead and stop the hangout and then stop